The crowd size was exceptionally larger than what would be expected during a pandemic.
Videos of this large crowd on Granville Street has some wondering, how did things get so bad so fast? And what were the steps to prevent this from happening? While orders forcing the shutdown of restaurants and bars have previously been used to reduce the spread of COVID-19, this did not happen for the Halloween weekend. And we're learning there were no social distancing tickets issued in Vancouver that night.
Based on the hostile demeanor and the size of Saturday's crowd, so issuing tickets and trying to disperse the crowd wasn't appropriate.
These are some of the items Vancouver Police seized on a rowdy Saturday from over 800 calls on Halloween night. It's a drastic scene compared to what was a quiet St. Patrick's Day on Granville Street earlier this year, when an order was issued. It forced the shutdown of restaurants and bars due to the COVID-19 outbreak that was new in March. It was a step not taken this weekend, but one that could return.
I think it's very difficult for Vancouver to take orders on its own. We did for St. Patrick's Day, but ideally we follow provincial health orders. I think, however, looking ahead to things like New Year's Eve and seeing that people are not following those guidelines, we do need to make sure we have a plan in place for large days of the year.
People were coming down to Granville Street after our bars were closed.
The executive director of the Alliance of Beverage Licensees in BC calls the footage frustrating to watch.
As folks in the hospitality sector end up getting blamed, we can be an ally in helping solve this. And if you would allow restaurants and bars and pubs to remain open until midnight, for example, we can take thousands of those patrons who are on the streets, not following any rules at all, and no one is monitoring them to ensure they are. Bring them inside, make sure they're sitting down in small groups, socially distanced.
With COVID-19 cases continuing to rise, officials at the municipal and provincial levels say they'll be reviewing this past weekend to see what measures may need to come in place for New Year's Eve, which is less than 2 months away.
That, like all events, are going to be reviewed, and in light of the number of events facing us in the next little while, we're going to have to prepare for that as well.
In Vancouver, Isabel Regem, City News.